Now today in embryology we will discuss about the third week of the development. The characteristic features of the third week of the development are: it is the formation of the primitive streak. The primitive streak is formed in the starting of the third week of the development. Then it is the gastrulation. The period of third week, it is known as the gastrulation, in which there is the formation of the three germ layers. Three germ layers, it is the ectoderm, mesoderm and the endoderm. In the second week, the embryonic germ disc is bilaminar, that is the epiblast and the hypoblast. Now, in the third week, it is the formation of the three layers. It is the ectoderm, mesoderm and the endoderm, that is the gastrulations. Now, in the third week, it is the formation of the notochord. Then, it is the formation of the allantois or allantoid diverticulum. It is the formation of the neural plate, neural tube and the neural crest. And this process is known as the neurulation. The formation of the neural plate and the neural tube. This neural plate and the neural tube, they are the precursor of the central nervous system. Brain and the spinal cord develop from this neural tube. Then it is the formation of the somites and intraembryonic coelom. Coelom, or it is a cavity. It is the formation of the somites and the intraembryonic cavity. Then, in the third week, it is the development of chorionic villi. So, these events occur in the third week of the development. Now, what is gastrulation? Gastrulation, it is a formative process by which the three germ layers, that is the ectoderm, mesoderm and the endoderm, these are the precursors of all embryonic tissue. All embryonic tissue are synthesized by three germ layers, and it is the axial orientation are established in the embryo. During gastrulations, we have discussed earlier, it is the bilaminar embryonic disc is converted or changed into the trilaminar embryonic disc. Now, it is the formation of the primitive streak that is the first sign of the beginning of the gastrulations. Means when the primitive streaks start to form, it indicates the beginning of the gastrulations. Now, the primitive streak. Before going to the primitive streak, it is the previous class, the formation of the precaudal plate. Now, in this diagram, this is the embryonic disc. It is the embryonic disc. The embryonic disc from the superior view. When we cut this axis, X and Y, then this diagram. It is the bilaminar embryonic disc. The upper blue layer, it is the epiblast, and this yellow, it is the hypoblast. Now, If we complete, it is the amniotic cavity and this is the yolk sac. Now they are changed into the hypoblast cells. The hypoblast cells that are cuboidal, few cells at the margin of the disc, embryonic disc becomes the columnar, and these columnar cells, this region, circular area, it is known as the precaudal plate. Precaudal plate means the precaudal plate is formed by the change in the hypoblast cells. As a result of which, formation of the precaudal plate, we can determine it is the head end and this it is the tail end of the embryonic disc. This precaudal plate is formed towards the cranial end or the head end, and this also determines the central axis of this embryonic disc. Now, the changes occurs into the epiblast cells. Some of the epiblast cells, this is the epiblast cells, that lying along the central axis. This is the central axis. The cells of the epiblast cells that lying along the central axis towards the tail end of the embryonic disc. This is the head end and this is the tail end. This is the head and this is the tail end. Or can say cranial and the caudal end. So these epiblast cells that lying along the central axis towards the caudal end of the embryonic disc begins to proliferate. Undergoes the mitotic division, and as a result of which there is a formation of the elevations. There is a elevations formed, and this elevation is formed towards the caudal end in the central axis of this embryonic disc, and this elevation is bulged into the amniotic cavity. In this diagram, it is the amniotic cavity and this is the yolk sac. So, this bulging is produced into the amniotic cavity, and these elevations, this structure is known as the primitive strip. Means this primitive strip is formed by the epiblast. It should be clear. It is the epiblast cells that proliferate and form the elevations, and these elevations, it is the primitive strip. Now, as the development progresses, there is a change into the embryonic disc. The change into the embryonic disc increase in the size, as well as initially it is the circular, then becomes oval, and finally in the third week this embryonic disc becomes the pear-shaped structure. In the third week, elongated. This is the embryonic disc. From continuation of the development, change in the shape of the embryonic disc. This is the pear-shaped. So, the primitive strip that is formed early, it is rounded or oval structure. This is the primitive strip. rounded or oval structures. But as the embryonic disc increase in the size, this primitive sticks becomes the linear structures. Means it change in shape, circular, oval, and then it becomes the linear structures. It is a change of the primitive stick. Circular, oval, and then becomes the linear structures. And the cranial, this is the cranial end, and this is the caudal end of the primitive stick. This cranial end is thickened, and this becomes the primitive knot. It is known as the primitive knot or Hansen's knot. So it means it is the change in the shape of the embryonic disc, and also it is change in the shape of this primitive strip. Now